Hey everyone, this is what you're doing for the houses or Walaloos assignment. Um, you have something in the United States called eminent domain. That means that if you have property that is important to the government and important to the people overall, it's kind of the idea of the needs of the many or outweigh the needs of the one. It means that the government could take your land and compensate you for it if it need be. That's eminent domain. So let's say when they're building the light rail, the tracks where the light rail need to go are being blocked by certain houses, and they need those tracks to go through there. And the only way that the tracks should go is through where these houses are. Eminent domain means that the government could pay and compensate you for that land. Those people that live in those houses that are in the way, the government could pay to buy those houses that are in the way and then compensate those people for just compensation, what the houses are worth, and those people can move out of the way and they could demolish those houses to build the railroad tracks that go, or the light rail tracks that go through where those houses are. If you look over on 6th Avenue, they're building those tracks along 6th Avenue out in Lakewood. I don't know if there was eminent domain that took place there. I think eminent domain took place there. There were some houses that were in the way, and just the way that the streets were laid out, and they had to go through there. So the government compensated those people whose houses were in the way. They gave them what their houses were worth, and the government compensated them, and those people moved, and they got bought out by the government. So that's called eminent domain. So that's what this assignment is kind of about. So the story gets into Mary owns a portion of land that Mary's family has owned for years. They want to build something on that, but this Wallaloo is on the property. So that because that Wallaloo, that bird, is preserved by the federal government, it's protected. That she can't develop her land. Well, in that case, the government should compensate her for her land because she's missing out on that money because the government is, having this law that's saying they're going to protect this bird. And she can't capitalize on the value of her land. So people should be able to capitalize on the value of their land. Okay, that's what this story is about. So you need to read carefully the background of the story, where it says Mary owns a portion of land that has been owned by Mary's family for many years. Mary wishes to develop the land into a large housing development. It has recently come to attention that U.S. government, however, that a rare and endangered species of animal, the Wallaloo, lives on Mary's property. The U.S. government has asked Mary not to develop her land so that it could be preserved as a safe haven for the Wallaloo. Since Mary is unable to develop her land for housing, she believes that the government should pay her for her land, just like eminent domain. Like if they needed to put a railroad through her land, they would compensate her for that land. So what you need to do is you need to study legal history and application of the Fifth Amendment. So look at some cases of the Fifth Amendment online, and specifically look at the clause. Don't look at the part where it says I'm pleading the Fifth, where you can't incriminate yourself. Look at the clause that says, "Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation." So you're acting as a lawyer in this case. You're looking at that clause from the Fifth Amendment in the Bill of Rights. Okay? And this is what lawyers do. They take the law, and the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The Constitution overrides any state constitution and any local law. It overrides any other law in the country. So what you need to do is look at other cases of the Fifth Amendment where just compensation was used. Okay? And then what is meant by just compensation and public use? Okay, explain that. And then you may use references to the following sources for research: reference books, magazines, newspapers. Just look online and research it online. That's fine. Write an essay. Okay, this is what you're doing. That was the research. So you don't have to turn this part in. The research part you don't have to turn in. That's just your research that you're going to use on the essay. Okay, write an essay, and this is worth 8 points. This is worth 2 assignments. So this should take you, hours to do. So it's worth 8 points. Write an essay describing your argument on Mary's behalf. Based on what you have learned about the fundamental economic rights ensured in the Constitution, provide evidence of your position in your essay. So essay requirements attached below, so use a rubric. So basically you're making your case in an essay as the lawyer for Mary. Okay? That's it. Just do the research where I say, use the guidelines for the research I provide, and it should guide you in writing your essay. Okay, it should be 5 paragraphs. I would suggest having a introduction paragraph, having 3 body paragraphs, and I would use 3 of the arguments that you make in the body paragraphs, and then have a conclusion paragraph. That's how I would set it up. Okay, or use 3 examples that you found on Fifth Amendment issues to support your case. So the body paragraphs should be your arguments in the case. So you have an introduction. Paragraph 2, 3, and 4 will be your arguments for the case, and then the 5th paragraph will be the conclusion, where you sum up your case. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I will talk to you all later. Bye.